said to have certain traits, such as honest, kind, understanding, good at making peace. They are also said to be compassionate, generous, lucky, and hardworking.
Hmm.
It's a good vibe.
I'd say all those are pretty accurate except for the last one.
He's like, I'm
You're
lazy.
not hardworking.
Fuck.
Just kidding. A decent. All right. Some clean audio.
I got some Buddha beads too. Yeah.
Buddha Beats. Buddha Beats by Mike. I can already see it. Is that how you call them? Yeah. Is that how you pronounce them? Though? Buddha Beats by Mike.
It'd be beats by Buddha Mike. Cause I'm not trying to be straight, you know what I'm saying? But he got it where you gotta put the what it is first, you know what I'm saying? Oh. It's like a build of progression right there.
Have you guys heard any of my AI art or AI music? It's kind of funny.
It looks like a Pokeball and shit.
Oh yeah, it does look like a Pokeball. Let's
Like
go.
a massive Pokeball.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. DNA hop. Let's see this.
Oh, they got some DNA hop. What? Bring some beat.
It looks like a peyote.
I already forgot. What was I gonna look up?
Hey, you go by the color too, because it's the frequency.
That would be the heart chakra then.
Oh yeah, the AI music. That's what I
You're trying to do your brain, so you need indigo or purple.
Well,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he needs the crown, right?
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah.
That's why I usually just stick to God.
Isn't that 9 or 9?
3, 6,
It said
9,
though, like when I researched it earlier, it said that the 528 frequency is connected to the heart chakra, but the heart or the 528 frequency is also it DNA repairs specifically the brain, the little electrode things that he was specifically talking about. It says that the 528 frequency completely heals and repairs those things. That's interesting.
Welcome.
That's the one you might want to get to this purple and blue. The Tantra Police.
After this,
I like to mess with the crown chakra only when I align all 7 of my chakras. When I'm all aligned like this, boom, I blow up, and then the crown pops up. I'm there. If I'm not aligned, like shit can go out of whack with me. I feel.
Technically, you're supposed to play all of them at once on different speakers and shit, and then that it's basically like the what was the dude? The Rife machine. It's basically like that.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So you could like encapsulate yourself in like a sort of copper shell.
It's basically like it's the resonance shell. Yeah, what you said.
Yeah. Where you see all those things start lifting up and shit.
Yep. It'll be like a Super Saiyan aura. You know what I'm saying, if you will.
Well, that guy that got in trouble and died would put people in a metal box with frequencies, and their cancer would go away instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And he died. And that technology was whatever metal shell.
That's what we're talking about right now.
Mattered.
That's what we're talking about. The Rife machine.
I have pictures of that Super Saiyan aura that you're talking about. That happened to me back in like 2012, I think.
I gotta get me some selenium glasses and shit.
Nice. That shit only happens once in a life.
I gotta get. I don't get it. I gotta get.
Oh, I thought you have them. I was like, you see UFOs then? I know those. I know what those lenses do, and I only see Russians in Russia go, "Do you see what I see? Look, I got a nice iridium lenses that I made myself." And then you see these UFOs kind of just like up in the air, just kind of hovering above their apartment complexes, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Fucking, they're doing the Batman.
Sure?
They're doing the Batman thing where everybody's watching the idiot box and they're getting their shit sucked out of them.
Damn.
What do we call that? Potential. There you go.
Yeah, definitely.
I was like, yeah, I'll be stuck in a boob too.
Heck yeah.
All right.
It's like it probably changes time if we sit like right here behind these computers. It's like different synchronicities, but I'm sure it could have some.
Well, time is irrelevant. You gotta remember that because everything happens in time zone.
Yep. Time is how it uses too.
Yeah, time is the distance travel. You know what I'm saying? We use time to allocate the years we lived, the miles we walked, the inches we crawled, all that shit. You feel me?
Pink Floyd said it best, man. Time, or it's not even. No, that wasn't even Pink Floyd. I was just gonna say, time keeps on slipping.
Slipping.
Was that Eagles?
I don't even know. I know it was on Space Jam. Yeah. It was on Space Jam. I know that.
Is there like a definite definition for time in physics, or is that just the variable?
E equals MC squared.
I don't know. I don't remember. I should remember. I think it was just a variable. There was no like T equals something.
What do you call that weird symbol that's
that from, like,
a squiggly line and a hyphen? I always forget the name.
Omega?
No, it's not Omega. It's there's a movie that's named after that symbol. That's why I want to mention it. But the movie is literally talking about gematria and the 9 code. The whole thing. It's the name of that weird hyphen thing.
Put it in chat.
Time is distance divided by speed, I guess.
Let's see if I can find it now. Oh, it was Pi. That was the name of the movie now. I remember. Pi.
Oh, I was zoned out, or I probably would have known this.
The symbol was Pi, yeah. Like I would have completely forgot if I didn't just pop up in my head right now. The movie Pi. It's the symbol Pi. That's the name of the movie. It's about this guy who does numeric equations and shit in his head, and finds out that this Jewish rabbi guy comes up to him and goes, "Hey, you know that in the Bible there's a numeric code that shows you," and he did it step by step. He's like, "Oh, I'm doing the same thing. You're doing numeric stuff. I'm doing numeric stuff too." And he shows them. He shows them the symbol for mom, symbol for father, symbol for kid, and how all the symbols put together actually mean the same, the family symbol and stuff like that. They're like, everything is all interconnected, like with numeric and the way God was giving you a code, and he was basically showing you how to use gematria in the 9 code in that movie, and it gets really, really more deep. Like they break it down in detail about everything that we're talking about. I just kind of forgot about that movie till now, but it's called the movie Pi. It's kind of like a black and white looking movie from New York. Yeah,
hey, Sal, technically, that's what we're supposed to be doing is gematria.
Yes,
we're shamans.
Yes, that's why I keep bringing it up.
We're supposed to do gematria, and that's the real tarot.
Yeah,
but it's misheard through the cards. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not reading the gematria; they're reading the cards.
Boom. That goes back to everything we were talking about in the past. Like, oh my god, hour and 34 minutes. It was all connected right there. You just connected everything right there, dude. Everything from tarot cards, the 9 code, the time travel, matrix, and yeah, that was awesome.
What's the other part of the topic? Because we got 20 minutes still, right?
He made up the variable of X, Y, 12. I think he said.
What's X, Y, 12?
Oh, I made that up. Yeah.
Well, what is it?
I don't know. It popped into my head and it sounded like harmonically like flowy, like, oh, that's
there's a reason for that. You know, XYs are chromosomes, and you got the number 12 there. I don't know, man. That means something.
Well, isn't the 2 in the shape of a Z also?
Yeah, but if you use the 9 code on that 12, it becomes 3. It becomes 3.
It would be a slash and it'd be a Z.
XY divided by Z.
He put the word variable. That's interesting.
Yeah, like a variable, like something you could add into a code, I guess, like as your own.
Yeah, you were telling yourself to add into this. This XY is a 12. Maybe it's a chromosome.
Is that kind of like the
chromosome
hermaphrodites? Is that kind of like the hermaphrodites?
No.
Oh, no.
That'd be a true.
Let's look it up. XY 12 chromosome.
You see what she started, Isaac? We got 20 minutes to play. Oh, 15 now. We got 15 minutes to figure out what this is.
You have to leave or what?
No. Oh, well, yeah. I got to go somewhere.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know what you meant. I was like, I'm not ending it, I don't think.
I know you're not ending it.
I thought you just heard that.
15 minutes.
All right.
Trying to figure out what the XY12 is. You know what I'm saying?
This is interesting.
Yeah.
So I found out that 12 chromosomes likely contains 1 to 100 to 1,200 genes that provide instructions for making proteins. These proteins perform a variety of different roles in the body. The following chromosomal conditions are associated with changes in the structures of numbers of copies of chromosomes. 12. So this is specifically chromosome 12.
Can you pause real quick? It said these chromosomes make proteins. Why are we consuming proteins if we make proteins?
Yeah, that's weird.
That is interesting, right? And it also says that these proteins perform variety of different roles in the body. That's interesting. Chromosome 12. This is whoa. This is
all right. Wild. We might have found the X-Men mutagen.
We just see something. It was meant to be. I don't know.
so now
there's a whole code here too for the what do you call it? Like the chromosome 12 too. The XY12 is in the fucking code, bro. I'm looking at it right now. It's called the karyotype 46 XY12 /T1Q. But it's in the code, dude. I was like, what? You literally, it's in the middle of the whole code. The sequence is that XY12. That's interesting that you brought that XY12 up. Without that XY12, the whole protein wouldn't be there.
We wouldn't have made the protein right there. We would have
that was pretty important, man. Whatever you did, we kind of put it all together and actually meant something, like of what we were talking about too. It's like,
we had to find something.
You made it up. He made it up too.
He made it.
I don't think he made it up. Nothing is made up. Like you brought that up.
Life of Pi.
I think you're subconscious, bro.
What it is since it was talked about, it had to exist. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's what people
I bring that up all the time. I tell my inventor friends that all the time. It's like, oh, you think you have an invention? Here, you want to bet $500? You don't have an invention? He's like, what? Type in your invention in Google and tell me if there ain't 400 or 600 other people that didn't come up with your invention. Sure enough, they type in and go, I'm not a genius. I didn't create that. I'm like, yeah, of course you didn't, dude. You connected into the universal consciousness. When you do that, the 1,000 monkey experience happens, dude, and all the monkeys learn how to wash their potato in the river and
in the same river. Yeah. Hey, and the funny thing is this too, man. Once you talk about what you just thought about, that's when it becomes somebody else's idea. That's why you don't talk about it. You just patent it to get the money.
Yes. Don't just say,
people don't know. These little devices that we're over here on, you know what I'm saying? These things read your mind.
Did you see the new patents they have for that?
That's scary. I see it all, bro. Dude, I'm telling you, this is like Batman Forever, bro. This is like Batman Forever, and the motherfucking government's the Riddler.
All right, look this up. They got new iPhone AirPods that can literally read your mind. They're already doing that shit. So just
look, I quit using my AirPods because of the Bluetooth frequencies and shit. I would my ears are sensitive anyways, and I got They're small.
Mine are so sensitive, but for some reason I still have them in my ear. I don't know why.
My shit are small. These things, they don't even they cover my shit all the way, and then I got room in there where I could wiggle around and shit, bro.
I got some from that's called JLab. These are fucking awesome. They don't really mess up my frequencies. The cord is connected to the container. I don't know if you see that. It pops out of it.
Yeah, dude.
You just plug them in and it's good to go.
Looks like it looks like one of those little rabbits for females and shit, right?
It has 3 speeds and.
I was just saying, bro. Hey, but I'll be 100 with you too, man. You don't want radio waves next to your ear unless it's like produced by a magnet. You know what I'm saying? Bluetooth
you're right.
High frequency, ELF waves actually, so it's low frequency waves because you have to be within a certain distance in order for that stuff to affect you. And you're not supposed to have your hand on. You're not even supposed to have your phone in your hand, let alone right next to your ear.
It's even worse when you have your phone plugged in.
Oh,
when you have your phone plugged in, the frequencies like are like 1,000% more, and it's really bad.
Have to get a Tesla patch. You have to get a Tesla patch for your phone. They make little Tesla stickers that you put on the back of your phone. It kills frequency, turns it down to 4 instead of what.
I have one. I had one on my old phone, but I just upgraded recently, and I need to get another one. They're really simple to get. All they are, it looks like just copper and a few other little metals that are in the shape of like a barcode sticker, and then you put them on the back there and gets rid of it all. You just need a copper mesh, basically. Anything will do.
Yeah.
That's a Faraday gauge, basically.
That's what a Faraday bag is good for?
Yes. Like if an EMP pulse is coming at you, you just put that shit on and everything you hold.
I put my wallet in a Faraday bag, bro.
Nice. You have to, or else people have that technology that'll just scan all
your... go up to your shit, scan your chip.
They'll accidentally bump into you and they got all your card numbers.
Oh, dude, I don't let nobody in. I'm Bruce Lee, bro. You get into the circle, you are liable to get waxed.
I tell people that all the time, dude. I got a bubble here. Do not break that bubble. Everyone that knows me knows that.
Dude, they'll see in the way I move. Dude, I'm 6'2". You do not want to bump into somebody.
I don't even shake hands. You know that? Yeah, I don't shake hands. I do what's called the wigglies. I've been doing it since. I do wigglies, dude. I sit there and like where I'm about to I got it from. I think what was it? Kid and Play. I got it from Pauly Shore. Yeah. They all did the fucking same thing. Popcorn player, and then you had the Squirrely did the Squirrely. Pauly Shore. It was the same thing. You never touched it.
Me and my friends called it no fingerprints. We were like, no fingerprints.
No fingerprints. Nice. That's a good one. I just call it the Wigglies.
I grew up with the Weasel, bro. You know, come on now. I was the Encino man myself. You know what I mean? Brandon Fraser all the way.
Nice.
Like I said, I grew up. I'm from Wayne's World, man. I always wanted to be from the jungle.
That's right. That's right.
My life was nothing if it wasn't in a podcast. You feel me? If it wasn't all, that's how I look at it too. Like the Wayne's World aspect. If it wasn't recorded, it didn't happen. You feel me?
Right. So it goes back to that saying, video or it didn't happen. I was a military brat all my life. In fact, my pops is still in the military, but I moved all around the world, so I got to experience cultures, people, all the above.
Yeah, you had to learn how to adapt. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, I ran away when I was little and then ran to Japan, lived there for a year or two. I took a MAC flight, a military MAC flight, for I think it was $20, $30. I signed myself up back when I was 16. And then it was a one-way. I got stuck there, so I had to wait for a year or two just to find my way back. But I stayed in Osaka. Loved it there for a while. Didn't know the language, culture, or the money, but I figured it out and survived. That's when I found out I can just go to anywhere around the world and kind of survive. I can adapt really good. I figured that out at a young age. I'm a survivor.
Well, that and a lot of people want to know magic, so they learn English. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we were taught magic growing up. That's why they call it spelling. You know what I'm saying? English is spelling. Nobody figured it out yet, but
words are spells, man. Be careful with your words. I always tell people that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
I don't use specific words.
When you use animosity towards someone, that is a curse.
Yes.
When you use
using certain words is a curse to yourself too. Like I never use the words shoulda, woulda, coulda. Don't ever use those words. If you, or as long as I told you guys, that's it right there, man. You put yourself in those vibrations if you do, and just wow.
Yep. That's why I'm like, oh no, you don't have to speak for me. I'll do that myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You do you.
Yes.
I'm gonna do me.
That's empowerment right there. When you can speak for yourself and don't let others speak for you, that's where you get your power back. You know what I mean? When people have some form of politics or they have some type of person that represents them, they don't have their power. That person took away their power and represents them, and they think they have an opinion, which they don't.
Hey,
they gave that power away.
That's why I don't really take certain stuff from people. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, dude, there's witchcraft in that stuff, dude. I don't want none of that sorcery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they don't get it, you know what I'm saying? They don't get it. But I was just saying, the more you try to offer me something, the more you're going to get negativity because I don't want it. Like you're bringing the negativity out. I'm trying to be positive. You know, we could have kept it moving. I said no 5 seconds ago. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I could see that. Totally see that.
But I stay
usually
peaceful.
With people that have the whole card game though, that they have stones and everything else that go along with the way they have their tarot readings. I've met lots of people like that. It's a business for them. It is. I've always told people not to treat me like a business and more like a friend. I've always been treated like commerce, and I didn't like that. When I woke up out of the whole lower consciousness thing, I found out that I was nothing but a lower consciousness that was commerce to this society. Yeah. I found out that like everyone was just using me to fucking flip money and do this and that. I did it though. I put myself in that situation.
While you were living, you are a king. While you are working, you were a king.
Yeah, that's strong words right there. Working.
Living.
So I was a king as I was working. Because I was working for somebody else. I wasn't the king of myself.
Yeah.
Really think about what he said there. I wasn't a king of myself. I was working for somebody else. Their money. Yeah. That's deep. That's deep.
Because the thing is, we choose to be servient to get paper instead of like back in the day, we had trades. This is like welding, metal, auto mechanics, sewing, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that we're gonna need because technology is gonna be to a point where it's gonna be weaponized. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
is it not now?
Well, it is. Yes.
Don't we manipulate consciousness for income and multi other things? I don't even want to say because
don't get into it because we don't want to get
But you know, we're all on the same subject though. It is. It's a form of everything. Yeah.
Everything. And the real fact of it is that people are losing trades and they're learning how to be slaves. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was taught one thing. Pivotal in my stay in the prison system. You know what I'm saying? This is you're either gonna work for somebody or you're gonna work for yourself, and it's better to work for yourself because nobody could tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But as long as you're working under somebody, you always gotta do what they say. If you don't, you're gonna get fired. You're expendable. And yourself, you're not expendable. You know what your purpose is. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're trying to make it on YouTube. If you can make it on YouTube, you don't have to work, right? You buy your own house
just to be on YouTube, not for
well,
any reason.
Hey, I was just saying, like,
Yeah.
you're trying to get a trade and shit, right?
I don't know. I'm just I don't know what I'm doing in life. I'm just here.
Well, we're gonna be somewhere else.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm.
We just ain't you just ain't figured it out yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're gonna be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like here.
I like that.
Here is where you're supposed to be always. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're in the now, you never lose the present.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as long as
the past and the future is somewhere else, man. You live in your now. You see in all angles. You're there.
Well, looking like this.
You're the knowing.
Looking like this. In the now, you could prepare for the future to know what to expect. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
In the now, you could figure out from the past what not to do. In the now is the only moment that you're gonna live in without losing who you are. Because if you live in the past, you're gonna be stuck on who you were. If you live in the future, you're never gonna focus on what you are doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you are, as long as you're always in the present, you'll know what you always are.
Yeah.
So, like that, I'm gonna leave you on that one. You know what I'm saying, Zach? Thanks, Sal.
Sure.
Hit me up on Like Buddha Mike. You know what I'm saying? Fucks with y'all hard, and no Diddy. All right, fucks with y'all hard, no Diddy.
Cheers.
Good vibes.
Understood. Yeah, that's what's up.
You had some videos you were gonna play. What happened to those videos?
They ended up being like not exactly what I was thinking, and then
I
was looking for a new one. I could look right now. Yeah, that sounds cool. If we could get something to spark the brain.
I see some inspirational, knowledge to be. My mind is like a sponge right now. It needs knowledge.
My screen's glitching out. Yeah. I guess picking up. I could go through the Emerald tablets again. Maybe the end of the book was pretty cool. I want to hear a couple of it.
The Emerald tablets is really important, especially the one they don't show to humans, which most people don't know about. There's one that's been till we're ready. They'll expose it to us, but there's a whole Emerald tablet that they say that we're not ready for yet. But
are you serious?
That's interesting.
So like what the president reads?
There's probably something there that other people can read because they're in a higher consciousness than most people. I think that's what they're saying. When you're in a higher consciousness state, you'll see this Emerald tablet basically. I don't know. Top was saying it. Fucking that Carlson guy was saying it. I saw a bunch of videos on this. Look up more into that Emerald tablet that has been banned by man basically. Not the one that we see, because I think they show us 2 tablets or something like that. There's a third one I heard.
15, but
15?
15 pages.
Oh, okay.
But they must be separate. I mean, they can't really fold into a book.
Well, just look up the one that's forbidden by man, because I know they show us only like I think like a front and back of one tablet, but they have specifically one that was like banned from man basically because we're too inferior to fucking get it, I guess. As a whole, I know there's a few of us that get it, but as a whole, I think we're just not ready for that knowledge. You were saying?
Mm-hmm. I'd like to hear.
I'd like to hear it too.
So
maybe some of us are ready.
Yeah, I've had so many like reincarnation dreams and like DMT trips.
If now is the time, a few of us I think are ready for that knowledge. I'm with you on that.
I mean, like, if I can handle myself blasting off on DMT and being like, yeah, now what? I could handle this. Let's go. What else now? I was testing it instead of it testing me.
Life is.
I was asking it questions. I was like, what are you about? Like, the first time I did it, I was like interviewing it.
I'm always doing that. I analyze everything out of the bubble, into the bubble. I pros and cons. I talk to the so-called bad guys, the good guys, the people in the middle, the people I want nothing to do with it. All angles to see if I can get a basic opinion from everything and kind of get my 2 cents of what I kind of want to think I understand, because you never really quite understand it. You're just interpreting it through your own lenses. Everyone has a different opinion in the way they look at things. So just have to go by those aspects. If you could do it like that, you'll understand that everyone has a piece of the knowledge.
Yeah. Oh, I had something. I lost it. It was I can't. I'll play this. I'll be right back.
In my warning, seek ye to move not in angles, but curves. And if while free from thy body, thou hearest the sound like the bay of a hound ringing clear and bell-like through thy being, flee back to thy body through circles, penetrate not the.
That's kind of scary because that's what I heard on DMT. Exactly.
Oh, there's connections to sacred geometry, all these symbols, and cactuses. There's a reason why I'm doing the cactuses. All my psychedelic cactuses, when you cut, say, a San Pedro cactus, when you cut it in half, that symbol right there on the screen is what appears. And then all those circles appear as the everything from the Merkaba to the flower of life are all on the cactuses when I cut them in half and stuff. So the symbols are there. That's why they're sacred cactuses and they're psychedelic. They have the symbols on them, which is very interesting.
I think you're gonna.
People don't talk about.
I think you're gonna get that tree. You're gonna make that, and it's gonna be like a different shape, like a harmonic.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Dude, what if you found out the frequency that those fruits are growing at, and it was like a certain shape, and you introduced something like that?
It is like that. I found that out with the shamans. They specifically pick certain mutant varieties, and I would always ask them why. The four corner ones. Remember, I mentioned that one. They were like, Sal, if you get one that's in the shape of a cross, it's four corners. It has like four ribs on it. It's in the shape of a cross. Those are the ones we use for our ceremonies. I'm like, why in the shape of the cross and four corners? They're like, because it opens four pathways, and it's also when you cut the cactus in half, it's in the shape of a Merkaba. I'm like, oh, and it was. As soon as I cut it in half, because I got a bunch of those in the back here, and I'm like, it is. It's in the shape of a Merkaba. It makes sense. It made sense to me. I was like, oh, the more portals you open, the more that you're opening to other pathways that you probably don't want to be connected to. So it was specific. That's why they said that. They're like specifically the four winds. That's what it was called. So if you ever wanted to look that up, the four winds for it are the ones that you connect to God.
Stream going? Does he want it going, or should I end it?
Who?
Mike accidentally left it restreaming on his. I don't care, but I don't know if he did on accident or he.
I don't know. Maybe it'll end when you end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I just don't know if he wants to. If he's not here on his, because they can watch it right now. I think his chat. They all left except for one, maybe.
I don't know. It's up to you. I don't know. Maybe you just wanted to advertise for you.
All right. Yeah, sure. I'll keep it up. I just don't. If he wanted to, I don't want to remove it.
Just remind the chat every now and then that, like, Mike stepped out.
Yeah.
There'll be a few peeps there wondering, like, hey, where's Mike?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Missed before. When thou hast entered the form thou hast dwelt in, use thou the cross and the circle combined. Open thy mouth and use thou thy voice. Utter the word, and thou shalt be free. Only the one who of light has the fullest can hope to pass by the guards of the way. And then must he move through strange curves and angles that are formed in directions not known by man. List ye, O man, and heed ye my warning. Attempt not to pass the guards in the way. Rather should ye seek to gain of thine own light, and make thyself ready to pass on the way. Light is thine ultimate end, O brother. Seek and find ever the light on thy way. Emerald Tablet 9, the key of freedom of space. List ye, O man, hear my voice, teaching of wisdom and light in the cycle. Teaching ye how to banish the darkness, teaching ye how to bring light in thy life. Seek ye, O man, to find the great pathway that leads to eternal life as a son. Draw ye away from the veil of the darkness. Seek to become a light in the world. Make of thyself a vessel for light, a focus for the sun of the space. Lift thou thine eyes to the cosmos. Lift thou thine eyes to the light. Speak in the words of the dweller, the chant that calls down the light. Sing thou the song of
down
vision.
the eyes
Sing
to the
thou
light.
the song of the soul.
Yo,
Create a high
chin up.
vibration that will make thee one with the whole. Blend all thyself with the cosmos. Grow into one with the light. Be thou a channel of order, a pathway of law to the world. Thy light, O man, is the great light, shining through the shadow of flesh. Free must thou rise from the darkness before thou art one with the light. Shadows of darkness around thee. Life fills thee with its flow. But know, O man, thou must arise, and forth from thy body go far to the plains that surround thee, and yet are one with thee too. Look all around thee, O man. See thine own light reflected. Aye, even in the darkness around thee, thine own light pours forth through the
A
veil.
light bulb
Seek thou for
has
wisdom
a
always.
shadow.
Let not thine body
A
betray.
flame
Keep
does
in the
not have
faith
a
of
shadow.
wave. Shun thou the darkened way. Know thee
Always
that
know
wisdom
that.
is lasting,
That's
existing since the all soul began, creating harmony from chaos by the law that exists in the way. List ye, O man, to the teaching of wisdom. List to the voice that speaks of the past time. I shall tell thee knowledge forgotten. Tell ye of wisdom hidden in past time, lost in the midst of darkness around me. Know ye, man, ye are the ultimate of all things. Only the knowledge of this is forgotten. Lost when man was cast into bondage, bound and fettered by the chains of the darkness. Long, long ago, I cast off my body. Wandered I free through the vastness of ether, circled the ankles that
Was
hold
the
the man in
bondage
bondage.
lower consciousness?
Know ye, O man, ye are only a spirit. The body is nothing. The soul is all. Let not your body be a fetter. Cast off the darkness and travel in light. Cast off your body, O man, and be free. Truly a light that is one with the light.
Die and
When ye are
become
free
light?
from the fetters of darkness and travel in space as a son of the light, then ye shall know that space is not boundless, but truly bounded by angles and curves. Know ye, O man, that all that exists is only an aspect of greater things yet to come. Matter is fluid and flows like a stream, constantly changing from one thing to another. All through the ages has knowledge existed, never been changed, though buried in darkness, never been lost, though forgotten by man. Know ye that throughout the space that ye dwell in are others as great as your own, interlaced through the heart of your matter, yet separate in space of their own. Once in a time long forgotten, I thought open.
Anything good?
Got deep in.
1 second.
Tell me I need to go in my light body.
In the doorway, penetrated into other spaces, and learned of the secrets concealed. Deep in the essence of matter are many mysteries concealed. 9 are the interlocked dimensions, and 9 are the cycles of space.
You do that?
Nah.
9 are the interlocking dimensions. The same as in like with Thor. Thor was the guardian of the 9 realms. Very interesting. Our weeks are named after them, by the way.
Of consciousness, and 9 are the worlds within worlds. 9 are the lords and the cycles that come from above and below. Space is filled with concealed ones, for space is divided by time. Seek ye the key to the time space, and ye shall unlock the gate. Know ye that throughout the time space consciousness surely exists, though from our knowledge it is hidden, yet still it forever exists. The key to worlds within thee are found only within, for man is the gateway of mystery, and the key that is one within one. Seek ye within the circle. Use the word I shall give. Open the gateway within thee, and sure thou too shalt live. Man, ye think that ye liveth, but know it is life within death. For as sure as ye are bound to your body, for you no life exists. Only the soul is space free, has life that is really a life. All else is only a bondage, a fetter from which to be free. Think not that man is earthborn, though come from the earth he may be. Man is a light-born spirit, but without knowing he can never be free. Darkness fetters the soul. That life is but the word of the fire. The life force ye seek before thee is but the word in the world as a fire. Seek ye the path to the word, and powers shall surely be thine. Then asked I of the 9, O Lord, show me the path. Give me the path to the wisdom. Show me the way to the word. Answered me then the Lord of the 9, through order ye shall find the way. Saw ye not that the word came from chaos? Saw ye not that light came from fire? Look in thy life for disorder. Balance and order thy life. Quell all the chaos of emotions, and thou shalt have order in life. Order brought forth from chaos will bring thee the word of the source, will give thee the power of cycles, and make of thy soul a force that free will extend through the ages, a perfected son from the source. Listened I to the voice, and deep saying.
Oh, I thought of something. Have you ever heard of the Urantia papers?
The what?
Urantia papers?
No.
That's right here. It's very interesting.
Games change.
It's like a collective of a bunch of people they wrote, like containing like thousands of books about Jesus and like you go down past it and it talks about weirder stuff. It's the real nature of religion and the human experience, the foundations of religious faith. It like goes into the Melchizedek's family, sin, the violet race after the days of Adam, like different people that were purple. It talks about.
I got really deep into the Melchizedek order. Definitely. That's how I opened up my pineal gland. If you look up Drumvolo Melchizedek on YouTube, he has a website where he shows you step by step how to open up your pineal gland. It's called the single eye of the heart, and it comes from the Melchizedek order, from the people of the Melchizedeks, and it's a Christ-bound order it's ancient order, and they've been doing this since back in the day. They're really quiet about everything. That's funny that you brought up their name.
The Melchizedeks are widely known as emergency sons, but they engage in an amazing range of activities on the world of a local universe. When any extraordinary problem arises, or when something unusual is to be attempted, it is quite often a Melchizedek who accepts the assignment. The ability of the Melchizedek sons to function in emergencies and on widely divergent levels of the universe, even on the physical level of personality manifestation, is peculiar to their order. Only the life carriers share to any degree this metamorphic range of personality function. The Melchizedek order of universe sonship has been exceedingly active on Urantia. A core of 12 served in conjunction with the life carriers. A later core of 12 became receivers for your world shortly after the Caligastia secession, and continued in authority until the time of Adam and Eve. These 12 Melchizedeks returned to Urantia upon the default of Adam and Eve, and they continued thereafter as planetary receivers on down to the day when Jesus of Nazareth, as the Son of Man, became the titular planetary prince of Urantia. 1. The Macaventa Incarnation. Revealed truth was threatened with extinction during the millenniums which followed the miscarriage of the Adamic mission on Urantia. Though making progress intellectually, the human races were slowly losing ground spiritually. About 3000 BC, the concept of God had grown very hazy in the minds of men. The 12 Melchizedek receivers knew of Michael's impending bestowal on their planet, but they did not know.
That's crazy. 12 people were like the main, like people who talk to God. It's a trip to think about. It's usually like a few people trying to talk to God. Like what percent of the population is like directly like, oh, I would love to speak to God.
That's wild.
How soon it would occur. Therefore, they convened in solemn council and petitioned the Most Highs of Edentia that some provision be made for maintaining the light of truth on Urantia. This plea was dismissed with the mandate that the conduct of
What if that was symbolic?
What?
What if that was symbolic? How you could talk to God? Because remember what I just said earlier? Like, I met up with a bunch of these people from this Melchizedek order, and then I got to know this group, and then the videos was from this guy named Druvalo Melchizedek. This guy is like an ancient ancestor to Melchizedek and stuff like that. So he was like he's on YouTube and stuff. If you ever want to look him up, but he specifically taught you how to open up. It's called the single eye of the heart, and it's opening up your pineal gland, but instead of with your what's called the R complex brain, which everyone is opening their pineal gland with. That's why we're living in fear and chaos and learning all this crazy stuff with the reptilian brain. I didn't even know reptilian brain was real, so I looked it up. But it's called the R complex. And instead of opening it up with that pineal gland to the brain, you open up the pineal gland to the sacred spot of your heart. It's called the single eye of your heart. And
yes,
you can look it up. It's called the single eye of the heart.
Yeah, I know that.
Stops you from listening to your ego mind. That's what it is. It'll make you listen to your heart. That's the problem with a bunch of people today. They always listen to this freaking ego mind that's been fed to them by media and bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good, MacGyver.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing
Cheers.
good.
Can't complain. Nobody wants to listen. I know.
I can't.
But when my wife complains, I listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This book's not really sparking my brain like I thought it did last time. And these are kind of all repetitive. Carl Jung's, that's a full one. I like the recaps that are like 20 minutes.
Yeah. I bumped into that dude on stream or YouTube's. He was in StreamYard. He had two eyes of Ra, one on this hand and one in this hand. And he reads the Book of the Dead, and he's all about, you know, being good to people and helping out others and all this other stuff. And I was like, well, you got the Ra in your hands. We know what that symbolism's about. Yeah, but they've been lying to you. It's really good. There's a lot of stuff that they're not telling you.
Yeah. Like they would deceive something in the past that looked like that was super good and make it look bad or like evil.
Yeah,
or
like
they always
the
mock
swastika.
image of God. They mock it.
Like the swastika. That's a holy symbol. The Iron Cross.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just
The
like
holy, it's reverted. If you revert the swastika to the opposite way of how it's written, it's
right.
a holy symbol. It means the opposite too. There's a it's like a yin and yang energy, basically.
Right. Now today, people at protests have the American flag on their back. Guess what? You're a terrorist. They're trying to make the American flag seem like you're a terrorist if you wear it. Ain't that fucked up?
Wow.
They do that with any country that wears their flag on the back. You're a terrorist. Why do I got your flag on my back if I'm a terrorist? Yeah. Just listen to your heart, folks. Not that hard.
You're right about that. Go with the heart. That's like the best advice right there.
Don't lie to you.
You're gonna go with that heart energy instead of like getting lost on our heads, basically. That's what we normally do.
Exactly. Yeah. And what it is you know, you're the, you know, in your head, there's you, there's your conscience, and there's that ego.
Yeah.
And if you can kind of get together with your thoughts, I mean, you can wake up. It's not that hard. Just kick that ego out of your head. I mean, it's good to have a little ego, but totally ego-minded.
is one of the most powerful psychedelics.
And
in
probably gets confused with ego. Yeah. Cheers.
And how does ego control you? Through fear. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I see it.
Yeah. Like the girls that are always worried about the way they look. Because their ego is making them dress up and be like these pretty girls on YouTube with tattoos all over them and get puffy lips and silicones. I'm beautiful.
It's an illusion too, though. I had a girlfriend who was a goth, dude, and I found out, and I told her this, and it was a reality check for her. I was like, you know that you are no different than the cheerleader girl you were making fun of your whole life? She's like, what do you mean? I'm all, you dress up in all black like a cheerleader. You literally look exactly like a cheerleader, but you're all black, got the makeup on. You're no different. You have an ego like is just as high as a cheerleader. You know, I tell her this all the time. She went, you're right.
To get ready
blew her mind.
Leave the house because you're afraid of people like you're ugly. So you take 2 hours to get all prettied up.
It's a weapon that they've created, and it's in people's minds.
Exactly.
She was everything she was against, and that it blew her mind.
You confronted her on it. She didn't see it.
Yeah. She didn't see it. Yeah, at all.
Nope.
Blew her mind. Yeah. But cheers.
Yeah. I used to be full myself. I woke up. I don't like my old self, but I woke up. Yeah, I was an asshole. I don't like myself. And I didn't even know it.
I made a video this morning of me showing my old self and my new self, but my new self shaking hands with my old self as it disintegrates. Like it was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny that we're talking about
old self. And I shrugged.
Yeah, me too.
About the stuff that I used to do. I was like, oh, I shrug.
Me too. Yeah, it's very cringy when I think about my old self. You know what sucks too? Is all the important people that I wanted in my life love the old me. They don't give two shits about the new improved me that I actually did all this work for them. You know what I mean? They actually like the old me that was kind of like a douchebag. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a reality check right there too.
Right.
I found that out.
Right. Well, me and the wife get along real good because she learned to meditate. I learned to meditate. We get along so much better. Our ego was our problem. You know, we didn't see it.
You know, there's a site on the internet that I've been checking out for I don't know how many years. It's called Heart Map Science.
Okay.
Where they literally show you science and everything that we're talking about, and they show how they align people and they do everything that we're talking about, but they're showing the science about it, so they can prove it, and they show how people's it's called Heart Math Science. So if you ever want to look at the videos, those videos on YouTube are gold. But Yeah, they showed the proof basically of how you can awaken people to certain frequencies of their mind to the point where they're aligned and they can
Right.
actually see everything.
But people got to know the right frequencies. They got to understand what you're actually doing when you do meditate. The scientific form is just going to say, hey, you're hyperventilating yourself to get yourself. Well, what happens is the brain reacts because it thinks it's dying, so it releases a little bit of that. It releases a little bit of that fluid in your pineal gland, the pituitary gland, whatever you want to call it, gland. And then the right frequency vibrates the liquid inside the pituitary gland and those geometrical, sacred geometry. And then just have a thinking conversation with yourself and listen to your thoughts. Yeah, I don't hear voices. I just hear thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. So, like, I was driving like about 10 years ago. Driving like an asshole in my car. Hey, I'm cool. People like cool people. They like this. Yeah. So I'm sitting at an intersection. This guy comes whipping around the corner, burning his tire. I'm like, look at that fucking asshole. Then I was like, hey, I was that asshole down the street a couple blocks ago. I'm an asshole.
Reality check.
Yeah. Catch
I was going to say that too. Reality check exactly the same time. I had a reality check when I stayed up for
and girls
105
like
hours.
A guy with confidence, and I wish I would have known what I've known back then, or what I know now before I know back then, because it was such a mind game back then, going out with girls and stuff, and rejection and all that shit. Yeah, it's not like that. Yep, should be confident. If she says no big deal.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that. I've been with my wife, 36 years. But yeah, I got courage to say, hey, would you like to maybe go out to dinner? She said, yes. Yeah.
It's cool.
Yep.
Well, these days, a dinner doesn't guarantee you a happy ending.
Oh, and the internet is leery. I mean,
it is. Like, you can put yourself in a pickle by assuming that, taking a woman out to dinner will lead to bedroom and sex.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it's more difficult now. I think for everyone in this generation than
because they think it's the end of the day. It's supposed to be sex, and I didn't kiss my wife on the first date. I kissed her on the second one, and after we talked about it, she thought I didn't like her because I didn't kiss her on the first date. I go, no, I was being a gentleman and just being slow. I wanted to make sure I wasn't fucking up.
Sure.
Maybe she wanted that first date kiss, though. It sounds like
for reassurance. But yeah, kissing her, making out in the car, and getting close to going down her shirt, she'd push my hand away. It's like, okay.
Right? You didn't want to lose it all. I get it.
She's respectable.
You would have lost it all.
Slut. Yeah.
This is going on for a while. Yeah, probably stick around for a little bit, at least.
Cheers, Copper.
Hey, Copper. I know Copper. You guys know Copper?
Slightly.
Yeah.
He's from my neighborhood. Oh, not my neighborhood.
Oh, nice.
You're not that far, about maybe 17 miles away.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are neighbors.
Chicago. He's Joliet. Joylit.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Nice. Keith is from Chicago.
It's so nice. I want to move out of here.
Yeah, let's just check out this video. I want to check it out.
All right.
I'll mute myself.
At a fast enough speed that we can understand it, but I'll play it faster.
I'm going to discuss why the DMT experience raises fundamental questions about the nature of reality, and this could help us unlock new discoveries about consciousness and the cosmos. Commonly known as the spirit molecule, N-dimethyltryptamine is found all throughout the natural world in thousands of different mammal species, including human beings. It's a mystery why this powerful psychedelic substance is naturally produced in our bodies, and modern science has yet to determine the role it plays in human physiology. But the real mysteries of this substance are in the experience itself, which is so profound that it is often compared to the near-death experience. In both DMT and near-death experiences, people report similar descriptions of separating from the physical body and traveling to spiritual realms of existence beyond the physical universe.
I saw this right here.
Right.
I saw this. But it was all eyes. All of those holes were eyes.
Right.
Infinite eyes were looking at me. It's kind of, I didn't care. I was like, oh, cool. They're all here. Like everyone's here. I'm not.
What if those are all angels? Isn't that what the
Yeah.
depiction of like the cherubs and the angels were back in the day? They were just eyes
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah.
I felt
You
safe.
know what was weird for me? Back then, people used to doodle and stuff on their school books and paper. Me, I doodle, but it seems like all my doodle work would always have an eye in it. I always had to put an eye in my work. That's weird, but didn't think about it.
I used to do that a lot too. But we were all having that eye symbol at a young age.
Yep.
And yeah, it was weird. I like broke through on DMT, and it's like you snap out of reality and you snap into reality. Like you'll be like, oh my God, that's my life. That's what I do. Like that's what humans do. That's what we do all day. Like, oh my God, like we could do this way better. Like we were like, I looked behind me, saw what I did all day. I'm like, we're just in cycles. It was like it snaps you out of it.
The famous researcher and psychonaut Terence McKenna used to call this a 100% reality switch, meaning that one moment you are sitting on your couch, and the next moment you find yourself in a completely different realm of existence beyond the physical universe. DMT users
this guy had too much coffee.
Yeah.
Find yourself in a completely.
So this picture right here is pretty representative of what you'll see.
Room.
What happened to me was the first time I did DMT was in a dream. And it was real and it worked. And then I did it in reality and it was the same as when I did it in the dream. Even more evidence to prove that we are somewhere and we have a brain with chemicals pumping in our system that can be altered even in a dream state. So I think, how could you, so I took the DMT, my friend hit it, blew it out, and I inhaled it in the dream, a big old huge, and then the whole room turned to this. Literally almost exact.
What if you passed on and that's the world you're going to?
Yeah, and I was sitting on the couch in there, and I'm on a DMT trip right now, and we're here.
Right.
And
maybe that's purgatory until they find a place for you to come pop back out on
Yeah, we're in the waiting room.
Birth. Reincarnation.
There's no room for us anywhere right now. That's funny. There's no bodies, or you're kind of in the waiting zone for the
for your soul, because soul is energy. And energy has mass.
On the waiting list. We're all in order.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
They call it the train station.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
You never know. You never know.
But there's a trip report that said when the guy hit DMT, he went to another universe like this.
Another dimension.
There, he's like, bro, I have to go back to Earth. There's a reason. And like his friend's like, man, it's nothing. Just leave it alone. It's fine. But he was like, no, we have to go there. And they were smoking DMT to get to Earth. But then he smoked DMT to get there.
Right.
Yeah.
This guy that
we
had
have it in our body as like a quantum entanglement, maybe.
Right. That guy that had the eyes on his hands, he said he would astroplane, go into the future and stuff.
Yeah. I've done it.
I've heard people talk about it. I've not experienced it, but
I did it on acid.
People talk about it. Their personal experience.
Wild. I'm thinking about that right now.
Yeah.
Astral projection.
You know what I mean? Well, what Isaac said, we're somebody else's DMT teacher in another dimension, basically, right?
Well, on acid, I went out of my body, and the whole next day aligned perfectly. And then I've had dreams where I can go out of my body and make stuff align, like in time, and I can prove it to people. I'll be like,
damn it, get those lottery numbers next time.
True, I never tried any of this.
Yeah. The hell. We'll buy our own island,
Yeah, I'll get us a stream island.
Yeah.
No, something safer than an island. I don't like waves. Something
mountaintop.
Yeah, there we go. Mm-hmm. Solid as a rock.
Slap City, yeah.
Slap City.
Heck no. All right, I'm gonna play some more of this. Probably get a spark in like 10 seconds.
Different realm of existence beyond the physical universe. DMT users almost always report that when they arrive in these alternate realms, they encounter intelligent beings or entities inhabiting those spaces. And as strange as that may sound, DMT users also report that these experiences feel convincingly real. In fact, a recent survey of 2,561 DMT experiencers found that after trying DMT, 81% said that their DMT experience felt more real than everyday life. And 80% of the sample stated that this experience changed their fundamental understanding of reality, which is just astonishing if you consider that this is a 15-minute psychedelic experience. Mainstream science tells us that all these DMT experiences are nothing more than hallucinations in the brain. But is that really the full truth? In this video, I'm going to share some evidence that there is much more to the mystery of DMT than we currently understand. And if that is the case, what might this substance reveal about the nature of reality?
The day before you graduate college, you need to trip.
Yeah.
Wake up, people.
If you get something, just tell me to pause it or anything.
Right.
Welcome back to Cosmic Consciousness. My name is Jonas, and I'm really excited for this video. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe and hit that bell icon to support this channel. Now, Nikola Tesla once said, "The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence." Tesla recognized that a deeper understanding of this mystery of life requires looking beyond our everyday awareness and even beyond the physical universe altogether. And this is exactly what DMT could enable us to do. According to the research of Dr. Rick Strassman, who wrote DMT, the Spirit Molecule, more than 50% of high-dose DMT experiences include these encounters with non-physical phenomena, non-physical realms, dimensions, and beings. This is illustrated by the following trip reports.
I did it for an hour and a half straight in the back of my car, laying down with a pillow and a blanket, like on the long ways. I put the seats down, and I did it for an hour and a half. And every time I'd doze off and go to a world, I can't remember. It's like I wish I remembered, but I would come back and I'd be like, "Oh, let's go back," and I'd go and hit the pipe again. And it was the changa, it was the leaves, the kappa vine mixed with it, so it's a different experience. It's like a longer lasting, slower release.
Oh yeah.
And so I would just turn over on one side, on my right side, and go there, turn over to my left, wake up, turn back over on my right, and go and hold it in as long as possible.
Wow. I had one of those what do you call those things? Those meditation chamber things that like Joe Rogan had at my old house.
Yeah.
Where you can go in, it's like a
Deprivation.
chamber though. Yeah, but it was like built into the backyard underneath the waterfall. There was a cave there where you can sit there and meditate and just zone out. The person that owned the old house was an MMA fighter. He was I forgot his name. He was a famous one, but he had that built in there because of Joe Rogan.
So, what was the pyramids used for when they had that big stone sarcophagus in the center of it? They were meditation.
It said in the tablets that they used those sarcophagus to regenerate their body, or at least Thoth did, to transfer his consciousness to another body.
Yeah, but they were meditation chambers. They would starve a person for 3 days in that thing, and they wouldn't let the person out, and you had to go through this process. And the way the building was designed gave you all that energy to make you really get off.
They let people stay the night
in the book of Thoth.
Yeah.
It says to fast for 3 days and prepare yourself before you do it.
In
the dark.
Yeah.
Lay in my sarcophagus in the dark.
Right. Yeah. So maybe these people were communicating with, Orion's belt. You never know.
Mm-hmm. I've had
there's
something.
They put it in the movie too, in that X-Men movie, where Apocalypse goes and tries to, or right in the very beginning of the movie, he puts his body into another version of his body back in Egyptian times, and then using that same exact sarcophagus. That's the funny thing. But
right. And we know Egypt, all that stuff is like what, 10,000 years old? It's not like 2,000 or 3,000.
It could be older than that.
Yeah,
I think Thoth is connected to all religions and cultures around the world.
Exactly, because we see all the pyramids.
He's the feathered serpent.
Yeah,
he's the feathered serpent that's connected to every single culture and religion everywhere. When I went down that rabbit hole, I found like, all Native Americans believe in this. Oh, all South Americans believe in this. Oh, the Aztecs. Yeah.
What's the serpent?
The feathered serpent. He's the plume serpent. That's who Quetzalcoatl is. That's who. If you look in every single culture and religion, they back in the day during like ancestral times, they all believed in some kind of feathered serpent deity, and and then Thoth was also many other people like Truth Augustus, like 10 other different people. You know what I mean?
Could it
connected to everybody.
possibly, I'm just saying possibly, hypothetical thinking that there's actually lizards living in the earth?
They say that they are. And if they are, their
giving,
names would be
yeah,
Terrians, because I guess they call this place Terra, and they would be Terrians.
Well, they're terraforming this right now with the damn
that's weird. I never thought about that. Yeah.
Because maybe these reptilian people can't stand the sun's UV rays, and they're clouding the shit out of our skies.
There's a statue in Peru. Just look up reptilian statue in Peru of this reptilian god that they had there. They all believed in it, and so much that they made a statue of him. But it's so lifelike. It literally looks like a draconian reptilian from like the childhood movies back in the day.
Well, look inside the Vatican in the church with the Pope. If you got the two snake eyes right there, the fangs coming down right there by the stage, and he sits right in the middle. Then you got that wood sculpture behind him that's fucking weird. It looks like it's from Evil. You know what I'm talking about? The Pope's the background. Well,
no, I know exactly what you're talking about. That is weird. They said it was some sculpture.
And you fold it in half and copy the picture. It looks like a fucking lizard.
Like a demon.
There's pictures on the internet on that picture, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
No, I saw that. They said that the picture was folded in half to make it look like a snake, though. I saw that
but still, who puts anything like that in the back of their church? You're supposed to put nice things.
But the sculpture that you mentioned that's in the Vatican, that sculpture that's in the Vatican, that thing looks like a reptilian looking sideways. They said it's supposed to represent Jesus, but it doesn't look like Jesus.
It looks like fucking demons pushing this thing up out of hell or something.
It does. It doesn't look right.
Yes.
Probably to mock him
with pushing this agenda on people.
Or Lucifer.
It looks like a reptilian headed being with a bunch of souls coming out of the ground. It looks weird.
Well, everything seems to be Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? You go to Hollywood? Oh, Egyptian shit on all the walls up there in Hollywood. I kid you not.
It makes me wonder if they saw this stuff tripping too. Like, like the paintings and stuff inside the temples look like the trip.
Maybe some Aborigine person way back then licked a frog and tripped and go, wow.
You can't lick the frog. I think you have to smoke it.
I heard you lick the glands, or you take the glands and turn into a crystal by drying it out. Yeah, and smoking it. I've heard that. Yeah.
On a mirror or something.
Right, exactly.
Every night, I don't know, when it's a nice cool night, I'll go outside. But at nighttime here where I live, I'll get a flashlight, and you flashlight the street. The street is hopping with those little guys. They're called the little Colorado toads, or the Bufo toad, or the Sonoran toad.
And you do the same thing out in Arizona. Black light with fucking scorpions. They fluorescent green, dude. When you flash that on there, they're fluorescent green. They stick out like a sore thumb.
Yep.
I killed a little scorpion like this big here yesterday.
Oh,
the smaller ones will kill you. The bigger ones will give you a bee sting. But it's always good to know.
More poison, just like a little baby snake, rattler. Yeah, they're more poisonous.
For some reason, it didn't have a stinger. Like it lost it. I was like, thank God.
And you killed it?
Oh,
yeah. In my house, scorpion.
Yeah. If I lost my Willie, I'd sure want you to put me out of my misery.
Yeah. Venom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a little more of this. See where this is their trip reports. Do we want to skip this part or here?
Go ahead, skip it.
All right, skip the trip report and go back to.
There's a firmament picture,
folks. Just want to take.
Oh no, this guy.
Oh, come on, man, keep him. He's our savior.
Infinite. It is only the tiniest tip of the iceberg in the grand scheme of things. Physicists have discussed the
possibility. Why was he in like regular motion and this is in fast motion? That's weird.
Yeah, isn't it weird? Can you go to your video and turn down the res for the video? Maybe it'll stop the speed.
No, I like this.
Like he's got too much coffee.
Yeah, I like it. You don't like it?
Oh, you like it fast? Get over quicker?
Yeah. No, it's just like get it that fast. I like it.
Well, I'm an old guy and I'm slower now. I'm not quite the fast guy.
Oh, I thought she said bye.
What's up, baby?
Welcome. Welcome. Sorry. I thought it said got to go.
No.
Sorry. Welcome in. Yeah, I can slow it down a little bit. I've always
Yeah, but Zabi, I'm thinking about, he knows a lot about this shit too. Yep. I call him the old guy before his time because he does not at his age.
Multidimensional reality. That beyond this physical universe, there is a multitude of other realms, dimensions, and planes of existence beyond what we can perceive with our limited 5 senses. Could it be that even though this universe is vast and infinite, it is only the tiniest tip of the iceberg in the grand scheme of things? Physicists have discussed the possibility of parallel universes, and some theoretical physics, such as string theory or M theory, postulate that reality is multidimensional in its structure. And this isn't a new idea, right? I mean, shamans and spiritual visionaries have been telling us about these transcendent realms since the dawn of humanity. For example, the Tibetan Book of the Dead is an attempt to document and describe these spiritual realms of existence beyond this lifetime. If we do live in some sort of a multiverse, could it be possible that DMT is a tool like a telescope that could allow us to glimpse some of this greater reality? Here's another question. What does DMT tell us about the nature of consciousness? Because if these visits to non-physical realms are real in some sense or another, then what does that say about us that we can visit these realms? Does that mean that some aspect of consciousness is non-physical as well? Do these out-of-body DMT experiences indicate that consciousness can exist independently of the physical body and brain? Many DMT users do describe this experience as a trip to some sort of an afterlife or a spiritual realm, and even describe feelings of familiarity, like this is a place we have been before. Now, what makes this even more interesting is that, again, as previously mentioned, research has demonstrated that there are these incredible parallels between DMT and near-death experiences. In both DMT and near-death experiences, people describe the same core characteristics of separating from the physical body, traveling to non-physical realms of existence, encountering beings there, and gaining new insights into the nature of life. Personally, I do think that this is compelling evidence that our current understanding of consciousness, this materialist understanding that consciousness is produced by the brain, is incorrect. That there is much more to the mystery of consciousness than we currently understand. Now, of course, all of this leaves us with more questions than answers, but that's exactly why I think this topic of DMT is important to discuss and explore, because it does call into question all these basic scientific assumptions about life and death and the nature of reality. And I'm not at all trying to claim that these DMT experiences are all objectively real or true. However, I do think it's absolutely true that our current understanding of this substance is wildly incomplete and leaves a lot to be explained for several reasons.
I got you,
First
AB.
of all, our current understanding of DMT does not account for why this molecule naturally occurs in the human body and the role it plays in our physiology. I mean, from an evolutionary perspective, why have we evolved, every single one of us, to have this compound in our system right now? Secondly, if these DMT experiences are all simply hallucinations in the brain, how can we explain the astounding consistency in DMT trip reports? All over the world, regardless of social, cultural, religious background, people report the same fundamental characteristics of these out-of-body experiences, traveling to other realms and dimensions, and encountering beings there. And if you look...
This is really similar to a closed eye, like very small dose. Very, like, if you just wanted to have a good time and you took, like, sprinkled a tiny bit in there, you would see this closed eye. You wouldn't trip out. You wouldn't have a bad trip. But there's a chance you have a breakthrough because everyone's different. But for me, like, it was actually kind of hard to break through. I had to take a lot to break through. Like, I only
You were fighting it.
No, I only broke through the first shell. I just didn't take enough. Then,
So you tricked the brain thinking it was dying.
Yeah, it was awesome. I thought I was dying, and I was like, wait, I wanted this. I like freaked out. I was like, and then what hit me, it was like, I'm hella brain damaged. I was looking down at the past, and I was like, because I could see clearly right there.
I'm gonna try.
Damn, my coma really messed with my memory. It was crazy. I snapped out of it like I wasn't brain damaged anymore.
You gotta go down to Peru and go do the sabbatical with the ayahuasca.
Yeah, that'll heal me probably.
Where they give you a lot of it, make you puke your guts off, and they watch you, make sure you don't really flip out, but they give you a good, healthy, pure dose.
All right, let's see.
and encountering beings there. And if you look at these entity encounters, for example, some of the details that people report are so specific, such as telepathic communication, or encountering little elf-like creatures, or an advanced race of extraterrestrial intelligence. Some of these details are so specific, yet so consistent, that it becomes very, very difficult to say that these are all just coincidentally being hallucinated by people all over the world. Thirdly, if these experiences are all hallucinations in the brain, again, how can we explain this amazing connection between DMT, near-death experiences, and mystical states of consciousness? As I've discussed in previous videos, millions of near-death experiences have been documented all over the world. And at a certain point, if we have millions and millions of people reporting these trips to transcendent realms of existence and stating that these experiences felt more real than everyday life, at a certain point, it becomes ridiculous to say that all these people are hallucinating the same exact thing and describing it in the same way. The fourth reason why there is more to this mystery than we currently understand is that new discoveries in science and quantum physics are actually validating what people are subjectively experiencing in the DMT experiences. For example, new discoveries in quantum physics may be indicating that consciousness is indeed non-local, that consciousness does exist beyond the physical brain and beyond space and time altogether. And as previously mentioned, cutting-edge theories in physics do suggest that parallel realities, universes, or dimensions are very much real. In other words, there is scientific evidence to support the validity of what people are reporting in the DMT experience. And fifth, these DMT experiences are not only validated by new scientific discoveries, they're also validated by ancient spiritual wisdom. All the spiritually awakened beings from all throughout history, from Buddha to Jesus, they have all told us that there is a divine transcendent spark in the core of our being that continues on beyond the death of this body, that there are alternate realms and planes of existence. And is it really just coincidence that all these spiritually awakened people are telling us essentially the same things that DMT users are telling us? If we revisit this idea that 81% of
DMT, it like conquered where I had it really allowed me to let go. And I don't know, it allowed me to because I don't know, if you have 4-dimensional geometrics blasting in your face, you're fully aware. You could see the whole day, you could see the whole everything, you could see everything, and you're just yeah, I can handle this. And then if you could grasp that, it's it became now I do it for fun. Not for fun, but it's
you like it there.
How I would do it if I like to research for fun, or I find I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do it for fun, I'm just messing around, but it's like a hobby, or not even that. A better word would be I don't know what you'd call it.
Did you hear what this video is describing right now?
Yeah. AB live there.
This video is describing universal consciousness trip. What if that's actually the case? All of us that are taking illusions will experience what's known as the collective trip, where we all see the clockwork elves and experience something in similarity as a whole, as a collective, instead of the personal consciousness. I think that's what they're talking about right there, and they're not really getting it. Hey, there's a personal consciousness and a universal consciousness. What if the psychedelic experience also trips out the collective experience, which it's saying it has scientific proof and all this? So I'm
Are people mad at me for doing it for 60 days straight?
Chad agrees.
The consciousness of Earth. I used to try to imagine my whole torus field encompassing the whole Earth and healing it. I would try this. I've also had a clear vision. I was outside of my body, hovering over California, and I was I'm going to send a golden ray, and I'm going to blast it all around the world, and it's going to come back to me. And I did it, and I could see it go in the dark, and it came back. But I don't know if it did anything, but I imagined doing it.
Yeah.
Crazy. And I've also imagined twice I astral projected praying for Africa, and I went to Africa, astral projected, and I broke through the clouds, light shined through dark clouds on the coast of Africa, and I was in the sky, and all of a sudden, every time, twice in a row, I'd get there, and they would do magic against me and make me wake up out of meditation and like move. It wouldn't be powerful meditation, powerful magic. It was disruptive magic that didn't allow me to meditate anymore. And it happened twice in a row. So I tried to go back. The exact same thing happened. It's weird.
But you go other places not to have that happen, right?
Yeah, but I was going there to try to heal it. Like something told me to go there.
Okay.
And I couldn't get in. Astral.
Something probably was there protecting it also from healing
exactly.
it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You just need more of a collective the next time you go and visit those kind of places.
Take notes. Do a dictaphone.
Right. Imagine 10 of you like combining powers like Captain Planet and shit or Voltron.
Yeah, aligning hands. Like
it's a neural net on and record
with
it.
our powers combined. You know what I mean? I'm serious.
Put the neural net on and record it.
I'm gonna cap up this video and then
Go for it.
Put on some music.
I can stop it.
Of DMT users describe this experience as more real than this lifetime. I mean, what if we just open to the possibility that this is real in a way that we don't yet understand, at least in some cases? If we open to that possibility, think about how much DMT could reveal to us about the mysteries of life and the universe. The spirit molecule seems to be very clear in its message. Life is an infinite miracle. There is a multitude of other realms and dimensions of existence, and we are transcendent spiritual beings in a temporary human lifetime. The survey mentioned earlier of 2,561 DMT users found that more than half of those who identified as an atheist before the experience no longer identified as an atheist afterwards. This is just incredible. Again, a 15-minute experience that goes right to the heart of some of life's biggest questions. And in that sense, DMT can be an incredibly powerful tool for healing, awakening, and the evolution of consciousness. And that's exactly the role that it played in my life. And that's what this is all about, right? It's how do we use this experience to become a better person, to become better people and leave the world a better place? How do we use the insights, the wisdom that were gained in the experience and bring them back into this lifetime, embodying those higher states of consciousness in this lifetime? Now, that's a topic for a future video. If you would like to talk...
Sweet.
Yep.
You nailed it.
Don't listen to your brain, listen to your heart.
I like it.
Well, most people in their brain are listening to their reptilian brain, the R complex.
They're sidetrack stuff.
They're living in fear. They're living in fear. Their reptilian brain is only fight or flight, wanting to eat food, sex, fight or combat, and
which is the ego mind. The ego mind.
Yeah.
I call it that. People call it different, but I see. To me, it's the ego, because you get that thing filled up and you're full of yourself.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. At that point, I call it the free will illusion, because people, especially here in America, we'll put ourselves, because we got free will, but we'll get into these free will illusions.
100%,
and then we'll forget about.
100%, Abe. Yep. I see how fear controls two members of my family. My sister is so stuck on herself. She takes like 2 hours to get ready because she don't want to go out looking not pretty. That's her whole thing. My brother, he's a greedy bastard. I mean, he makes a lot of money. He's really frugal. He never takes his family on vacations and does nothing. He'll work 7 days a week if his wife would let him, but he works 6 days. He's supposed to only work a half a day on Saturday? No, he works like it's a full day. Ripping customers off, not being honest with them. He's full of himself big time. He got himself that fucking Hellcat Red Eye Edition, the fastest one you can get with a chip, like 850 horsepower. He only drives it on Sunday when he drops off the money from the business to the bank. That's all he does. And he drives it like a fucking asshole. Oh, I'm cool, man. My brother throws himself back into the seat at an intersection before the car actually takes off. He acts like the car's got more power than what it really does. He's full of himself, dude. Yep, you're right. You're right.
At that point, it's a free will illusion because we put ourselves into that free will experience, and then we get lost in the illusion, which creates the free will illusion.
And people don't see it; they just want to be liked, and maybe people.
And that's
like
the personal consciousness experience.
Yeah, maybe people like it if I was this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why some people get it and some people don't.
Yeah. Everybody's got those tattoos, man. I got to get my neck tattooed, my face. Oh, yeah.
I don't want any tattoo. I
don't have a single tattoo.
These are tattoos over tattoos. I don't want any tattoos. I'm ashamed of my tattoos. I just don't want any of them. They're all cool tattoos.
I just never felt the need. I just never felt the need, for a tattoo.
I ran smoke shops for years, and right next door were the tat shops, and they made me their walking billboard. They're like, "Hey, Sal, you want a tattoo?" Sure. No, I would get a tattoo.
Yeah.
I ended up with a bunch of them.
Truly connect. Yeah. But yeah, it's cool meeting people that you can tell that they're woken up. Excuse me, they're waking up. They're wake, not woke. Wake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like it makes you not feel alone because I've been feeling like an introvert for a while, and it's good to connect with people that are kind of on like the same levels. You know what I mean?
No.
At the end of the day, we're all trying to guide each other back home.
Right. I do service calls, right? Here in this, Southside Chicago over here. I go to a lot of people's houses, and to tell you the truth, I'd say about 90% of the customers don't think exactly like me, but they're on the kind of same path. They see the bullshit. And then there's them one that you walk in and they're watching The View and they're totally like wearing their mask. It's just, I just don't say nothing, get the money and leave. I don't want to get there. I'll stick my foot in my mouth. I know it. Yeah.
Oh, man. Keith's from Chicago.
Hey, you got a link? Abel, jump up. He's a good conversation.
I'm not on Mike's channel. I could probably get it to you though. I could go.
Hold on, I think I can get a link, but no, I can't because I don't have a wrench.
Because it won't post it. It won't post it from my chat to their channel because he's restreaming this.
Well, hold on here.
I gotta find.
I don't think I can post it in the chat either because I think you have to be blue.
I don't think I have a wrench.
Yeah. It's not online. Let me see.
No, I don't have a wrench.
No, it's because it won't post to their channel.
Yeah. Well, we can give you the you write this down.
I got
Tell
it.
them.
I got it. I'm on it.
What up, A40?
Yeah. /YKPBV5N3UA.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
But there you go.
Thank you, though. Sorry.
I've had to do that to people.
I zoned out. I didn't hear you.
They just know to type StreamYard.com / and whatever numbers after it gets you into StreamYard.
Yep. Or you can just put in before the slash right there on the top where it says search, and it'll go right to the live.
Yeah. And then you pin it to win it.
Right back.
I'm probably going to smoke this ball, though, and head out, guys.
No, you don't have to go yet. Wait till Abe comes on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's coming up here?
Abe. I call him Abe. It's AB.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Hey, girly.
Cheers.
Yeah. So my roof was being done, and there was a lot of pounding on the roof. I've got 2 cats. One cat just hid. We could not find it anywhere. It was the boy cat. He's the biggest, the toughest, and he's the biggest scaredy cat. The little girl, usually anybody knocks on the door and shit, she scatters. But she was out walking around the house. We could not find the boy cat. And she was more or less telling us where this cat was at. We didn't catch onto it at first, It's like she kept on hanging out here and doing this. And we looked over there kind of, but no. He was underneath the couch and tore a little hole up in the fabric and got up in the springs and shit.
I found a wallet like that when I was little.
Oh yeah,
it ended up being from like a person in Japan, and it had money and everything in it. I put it
Chinese
back
money,
in.
right?
Yeah, I was told to just like tape it up and throw it inside the put the ID on on the wallet, and it'll go directly mail. It'll mail back to the person. I
There
guess
you
that's
go.
what happened. I wonder if they ever got it back.
All right.
It's good, Will.
What's up, Mac? How you doing, bud?
Hey, dude, how you doing, man? Long time no see.
I know, long time. I was like, you
Yeah.
know who I am.
I'm glad to see you're alive and kicking still. That's great.
Oh, I'm not dead, man. I'm just living my life, bro.
So how's the wife?
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Me, I'm planning on seeing Dave Brown, a YouTuber down in Kentucky. I'm leaving Sunday.
Oh, that's exciting.
I'm gonna go visit him.
Combining powers. Nice.
Yeah, last year I went and saw Maddie.
Oh, how did that work out?
Oh, it was wonderful. We had a good time out in Utica, New York.
Jeez.
You know, the year before I went out and saw Maine.
Yep. You had to see Niagara, right?
I'm just hanging
Oh, those
out
are
this
awesome.
year and doing some remodeling.
Yeah. So how's that washer doing?
Oh, I thought of you the other day because I just retiled my my laundry room.
Right.
And I had them out and I took them apart and cleaned the dryer and everything. I'm like, I bet Mac would be proud of me.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'd be,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
taking it apart and actually cleaning everything.
Yep.
Where-
Good to do that like every 5 years. Just get the lid, just be safe for a dryer fire.
Oh no, dude, this dryer fucking needed it, bro. Poor dog, man. This thing fucking needed it.
Yeah. So what do you think about the stuff we're talking about?
Oh, dude, it's right up my alley. You know me.
Yep.
You know, I do grow mushrooms. I'm
Yep.
not a fucking.
Yep.
Yeah, right now my Arissa India are in fruit, and I've been getting a wonderful canopy. But I've been able to pick 7 so far. But they're wonderful. They're so uniform. They're all like 7.5, 8 inches.
Right,
So,
right.
Oh, dude, they're gonna dry out to about 3 grams a piece.
Not bad.
They're gonna be a perfect 1 mushroom trip for somebody. Like
Right.
that's what I like. I like to be able to.
How
give
long have you
somebody
been growing? How long have you been
and
growing?
they go where they want to go. Because I don't sell them, but I give them away like candy.
Right. How long have you been growing?
2020.
Okay. Yeah. And you get some good strains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got just my last grow. I did Mazzapatic. That was a good grow. It's kind of like a golden teacher, but it's more of a.
Well, that golden
it's less
teacher,
of
man.
I got a bunch of those growing right here in front of me.
You get a lot more visual.
Yeah, I
I got a
oh,
terrarium full of them.
Yeah. By the way, thanks. But yeah, I didn't even take that much, man. I was talking getting visuals, dude. It was weird, but wow.
Oh, I know.
That's cool.
The carpets start to wave together. The all of a sudden tile pattern that you're looking at is not so tile the way you thought it was tile.
Nope.
The walls start breathing, and if you
fuzzy bed
you
cover.
take enough, sometimes
Yep.
you'll sit here, you'll zone out for a second. You realize your coffee maker, your hot tea kettle,
Yep.
and everything just comes
Yeah.
alive like
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast, and they just start talking to you and
Right.
singing, and you're like, "This is wonderful," you know. And but then there's times that things go full fucking Rick and Morty cartoon. You know, it really
big time,
it really
full on
depends on
big
the
time.
strains you take, the dosages you take,
And what mood you're in?
your set and setting that you go into the trip with.
Right.
And it whatever you want, it'll happen. But you got to really want it. So if you go in it questioning it or with your mindset, like with most people don't understand the mindset and setting. They don't understand, like when people say that, they hear it, they're like, yeah, I'll say it, set and setting. But they don't fucking understand it. And when you say mindset, it's about how are you going to do when your girlfriend walks in the room and talks to you? How are you going to feel? Are you going to be like that whole thing? Are you going to have to put on this face and be a different person? Because that's not possible. And that'll create a bad trip. Are you around a family member that you didn't want to interact with that suddenly came over? Like, where are you at? Are you in a safe space? Are you in a spot to where your mind can be fucking settled?
Relax.
Because if you settle it, your mind is so powerful. And with the amplitude of these drugs or plant drugs or medicines, however, whatever label you want to throw on it, the psilocybin, just in general, like with my experience, because I've eaten so fucking much, but it's really, you have to be able to control yourself. And that includes your mindset. So you can't have surprises because that'll throw you off so much. And it's not like for a setting like between like, oh, I'm gonna hate myself and be different afterwards. No, it's just it's gonna make you feel like an unfinished business the entire trip. Like you never got to truly do what the medicine was there for because you missed your chance. You got off the bus before and you tried to catch the next bus, but the next bus got there too late and the show's over.
So out in the middle of nowhere, out in the field or up in the mountain, would you suggest maybe something like that?
Well, no, it can be at home. Just know that like you're not scaring your family. They're not going to come try to talk to you. You're not going to worry your,
good way of doing it.
Whether it be a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. I don't care.
Right.
It's just like don't let other outside people, friends, influences be able to affect you, because that's what the trip's for. The trip is for you.
Turn off your phone.
Yeah, tune out, then tune in.
No, actually, if I would to say anything, I would find either for like your first trip, your favorite playlist.
All right. But you know what I mean? People calling.
I would put that either playing in the background or in some earbuds or on something.
Right.
And just fucking let it take
experience. Like on a day where you want to be like, today I could probably take a hike and test myself kind of day. Like
treat mushrooms like a girl and take it on a date.
That's a good way.
Yep.
You don't know it. It don't know you.
Always take more.
Until you get that relationship, can you do anything?
Well, me and my wife tripped about our third date, and after that, it's like we felt like we're brother and sisters. Like I've known her, and we just fell in love big time.
I'm just talking about the actual realm you go to and the state you get into, that consciousness. It is something that you can't just jump into like you're like, oh my God, we've been together for 10 years. No, it's not like that. It is like a relationship. It is something that from your first trip to your 100th trip, it'll be different and evolved. It'll take you so much farther from the party drug it was and turn itself into something way more. And it becomes something more shamanic. And I understand how people feel
male energy.
They want to try to share their knowledge. That's why I try to share my knowledge. It's one of those like, I want people to do it too. I want to share this information to where we can heal the world, because this is how you do it, you know. And
well, they need to wake up, and this is how they'd wake up. They're so brainwashed.
It's based off of.
Yeah.
In the old times, these things that we're doing today, that we're figuring it out, it slapped us in the face when we're in a trip and we didn't quite fucking comprehend it. And it's written in scriptures, but people today
Egyptian times,
the descriptions and how it's been translated and all these different stories and this and that. They don't realize how much of this is based in reality.
It's big secret.
Even when it comes to these other beings like the Anunnaki and all this other shit, you realize that they are in the story.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And we're missing out.
Yeah.
We're missing out on being able to come
after
together.
The flood wiped it all out. We had to relearn, and they didn't come back and tell us this. They hit it on us.
Not build that Tower of Babel. Just tend to the fucking garden.
What's up, guy?
But that's just my opinion.
What up? What up? What up?
How you doing?
And you're entitled to your opinion.
I'm just a lazy man.
It's like everybody should be.
How do you guys feel about cactus?
I just love people, man.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I love helping people.
No, I just love people in general.
Yeah.
I think we need more of us, because I think the more of us that we may overthrow the families that control us.
Yeah. We balance all the karma that within.
Right. Did you say something before, Sal? I didn't catch it.
How do you guys feel about cactus experience?
Peyote?
Yeah.
I never tried it.
I got to pick some myself when I was in Arizona, and it was wonderful.
There you go.
It was a ceremony. We hiked out. I went with a couple native teens.
They know where it's at.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, instantaneously here.
Copper.
Hey, Copper.
2007.
Right.
Hi.
How you doing, Melted Copper?
I'm doing good, host. How you doing?
What
Okay. That was someone else, though. Someone else saying that.
No, I said that. It was Will.
Oh, yeah. I thought he said host.
Yeah, I said hi, host, because I'm new to this. This is my first. This is.
Oh, yeah.
If we're old school comic book collectors, this is my first appearance on this channel. So it's nice to, as a dirty stranger, for you just to let me completely on your show as you don't know me. In fact, usually I piddle around in the comment section for a while before I get on a show. So thank you for letting me on the show.
Right. I know you. I think I know you from. I've met you a few times on. Not met you. I've been on the same panel in the past. I think.
LC?
Maybe. LC maybe.
Yeah. And I guess I burned that bridge because outside of and I guess I made the dirty fantasy projection. I said, what if 41 South was faking his death? Because there's a guy named from Beers and Cheers whose dick got hurt. And he got hurt too. And between all the people who get hurt on his channel, I didn't feel like it was too crazy to speculate whether someone is faking. And that's not mean spirit. Sometimes, you can't sit around agreeing with each other. So sometimes you make speculative dialogue to make stuff interesting. But because all these people say they don't care, apparently they are overly emotional, though they're above 40. And even if you weren't a part of the chat like 2 weeks later, they will
I'm
still
so
care
lost,
about
Copper, dude. I don't
Right.
think
You gotta pause.
Anybody else know what he's talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
All I gotta say to Copper is forget about it.
Yeah,
Forget about it.
Just forget about it.
But I understood.
Talks about to get more interesting.
Yeah.
The good thing to do is just live in the moment.
Move on with your life. Trust me.
Yeah,
and that's where here we are.
Yeah.
I remember.
Fuck them. Fuck them all.
Yeah, we're just chilling. We're thinking. Do you know anything about DMT? Anything?
Acid, hallucinogenics.
I like the ones you can grow. Personally, I like the ones that come from plants, just because I've had my most cherished experiences on them. Not saying I haven't tried acid and DMT, but I think taking DMT needs to be done in a certain way to have the complete appreciation of it.
Right.
The vape pen is nothing compared to the true experience, because I did the real thing and then I did the pen thing, and the pen thing is garbage.
Have you ever heard of the pink?
It's a party trick.
Would you feel that would vary on a quality of pin and quality of product, or you just feel that across the
I
board?
just feel the 6-hour trip that made me feel like I was gone for 3 to 6 months versus the 5 to 10 minutes that makes me feel like I'm gone for an hour is way different and way more therapeutic than just getting there and not being able to do any work.
Right.
Because you're not going there for fun. You're going there for work.
Yep.
So what kind of work are you going there for? Are you going there for
good mood?
It's about growth in your personal self, and it's about not what your problems are, but what they're going to be, and learning how to face them and finding ways to overcome them. And a lot of the times it comes with being able to get over yourself, because you realize a lot of the things that are in your way are you.
Yeah.
And it's more of a therapy device. And you can go there, go Terrence Howard crazy with it, but that's somebody who has a mind to comprehend it. And if you go, you will know your level. You will know what you're supposed to take out of that room.
Right.
What you're supposed to take back into this world, you will take it, and you will take nothing else.
That's deep.
What is this on?
Well, I got a few graphs here if you want, if it's cool for me to show.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna unwrap them here because I just I'd done them probably a few days back. I got a whole tote of them right here. I don't know if you can see this.
Oh wow!
But I got a graph here that I.
Was it one guy?
Cacti graph.
These are cactus graphs here. I breed specifically peyote that we were talking about earlier, and I got mutated versions that I have. And, these are cactus graphs.
Okay.
Do you watch
what I do? I don't know if you can see that right there. What I do is I take a piece of peyote and then I slice it golden torch cactus, and then I place it on there, and then I wrap it with this grafting paper, and then after a few days they bond together, and the peyote, normally it'll take it like 20, 30, sometimes 50 years for it to grow. I can make the whole thing grow within 1 year by grafting it on a cactus, and then I plant this cactus on there. I got probably a couple hundred of them over here, but and in greenhouses, but I don't know if you can see that there. This is a mutated version one that I have here, and wonderful. I make different color versions of them too. I'm just a cactus breeder. I don't sell any of these.
What state are you in?
Do you ever?
I'm in California. I was in Texas for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was born in El Paso, Texas.
Sorry about that, Will. Go ahead.
Do you know the crime pays but botany doesn't guy?
Yeah, totly.
Dude,
I actually do.
Have you seen some of the, like, because he does a lot of conservation work and, like, fuck your lawn.
Yeah.
Like, dude, my whole lawn's gonna be tore up because they're coming through doing septic. I'm gonna make it a native landscape.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that guy's attitude too, because it gives you kind of like an East Coast vibe of explaining botany basically to people who have no clue what botany is, and the medicines and the preservations and stuff. Everything I do, I graft and I get from seed. I don't ever get it from
everything that's
land.
like native. And
I have a license for all this too.
That's been growing. I keep it just because I know what it is. Like I'm trying, but I do have some of that like kept flower gardens because I want those too. But we have those in the backyard hidden from the people. No.
I have a terrarium right here in front of me. I don't know if you guys can see this. Just a simple aquarium. In this aquarium, I have San Pedro
Scorpio. How's the hill in the backyard doing? By the waterfall.
I moved. I ended up moving. I'm in Winchester now. I moved more inland, and it's a whole lot more awesome over here. But in this aquarium,
do you hope they're still growing well?
Oh, I am.
Winchester, England.
No, Winchester, California. That'd be cool if I was in England.
I think Sal's coming to remember. Like, we've talked many times.
Yes. I remember now. You've seen that backyard then, because I was talking about it earlier. I had a meditation chamber in there, inside that, in the middle of that waterfall right there.
Was it?
And in that waterfall, the person that owned and made that house back in the day, I think his name was Tito Ortiz. He was an MMA fighter.
I know Tito.
He lived in fucking Temecula, and he specifically made that waterfall with a meditation floating chamber. That's what it was supposed to be. Just like
my brother-in-law lives in Marietta, which is a little north of Temecula.
Yeah, I guess he was getting married or something like that there, and he was there with his blonde fiance, and it didn't work out. And
it's the middle of vineyard land, bunch of vineyards over there.
Well, I'm more inland where those vineyards are right now. Like those vineyards are right down the street from me. That's where I'm at. I'm right there down the way from wine country. I'm actually in wine country. Like there's wine country in that level of where more inland it is. I'm in the next town right there in Winchester.
Right.
It's in the same level. Right.
Right.
I can go down the street right here and go right there to Temecula Vineyards right there. It's right down the street.
The one thing I'll say about California is, yes, I'll visit there and enjoy it because it's a beautiful fucking city. I love California. It's beautiful. I cannot live there.
Me either.
That's what everyone says that doesn't live here. But it depends on what part you think is California. You see, because I don't have the vibrations of all the inland stuff that's in downtown or anything like that.
You know why I wouldn't?
Yeah.
Taxes. Cost of
right.
living. You know what? I'd rather live for the same fucking thing and like wonderfulness. Colorado, son.
Okay. My brother-in-law lived here in Chicago. His business was closing down and moving to California. If you want your job, come there.
I'm like,
I see how it changed him. I see
My
how it
wife
changed
wants to go back. I want to go back.
Yeah.
I was born in El Paso, Texas. When I went there just recently, I was living there for several years, and when I found out working for like these, I did a bunch of odd jobs. I was in a paranormal group where we did tours all over downtown and cemeteries and everything. I did a lot of research. Found out that the people who built all of El Paso, Texas, back in the 1800s and earlier before that were architects that were from Chicago. So everything that was in Chicago back in the day were the same architects, and they went to El Paso, Texas, and built there. There's 2 blocks underneath El Paso, Texas, the same as in Chicago. Like, so it's.
Do you go to Ocean Harbor Village and go swimming at all? Ocean Harbor Village. It's right there by Temecula. It's kind of like people go to the beach when you're down that south.
No.
It's amazing when people start realizing the old world versus the new world.
Yep. Yeah. Yes. They're trying to make us forget the past. That's for sure.
Well, it's not about forgetting the past. It's more or less it's the not telling of its story.
Right.
And just getting what they want to tell you.
Right. We just build over a lot of this stuff.
You look at all these statues and everything, and you realize that all these dates look like they've been changed, or there's a plaque over it rather than it etched in. And the ones that get the plaques taken off, you look behind it, and there's another fucking date, and it's different.
Right.
Like a great example is in Russia. There's this thunderstone in the middle of St. Petersburg Square. And it has a statue on it, and it has a date on it, and the font seems weird when it comes to the date. And you look at old paintings of it, and it's different as well. And you start realizing that back before they adopted the Gregorian calendar, they were in the year 7,112. And they had...
Were they on the Julian calendar?
Well, the previous calendar, I think there was was it the Julian? It was.
What was the name of that stone?
I think it started 54.
It was a Julius Caesar calendar, I believe.
Yeah, what's the name of that stone?
Started 5402 BC.
Yeah. What was the name of that stone? The stone. In St.
It was the Thunderstone.
The Emerald Tablet?
No, the Thunderstone. It is still in their square right now. You can go there and see it today if you go to Russia.
That's interesting.
Do you guys follow Mind Unveiled?
Yep. Came up St. Petersburg.
Well, their most recent one has an interesting thing on that, talking about the date and the discrepancies about that. And it's just another way to show people that there is some mischievous things going on within our history.
Oh, big time! Especially in that area that you just mentioned, because I did a lot of research in that place recently, and found out that if you believe in Tartaria, there's a whole thing about Tartarian and the Russian flag. The Russian flag itself has a Russian soldier stomping on a black dragon. That is representation. If you look at what Tartaria is in their flag, they had a black dragon. You look where Tartaria was; it was half of Russia and Mongolia. That's interesting to know. They probably got some knowledge and some artifacts from there.
They're also hiding.
There's a lot more to that story than that.
Yeah.
Well,
that's interesting.
You even want to break it down to like Barbary and Tartary. You know, you got to remember Barbary is just the Western, as in England and all them, is what, like when the Romans were going, the barbarians were the ones they were fighting, and they were Tartarians. That's who they were, but they were referred to by the Romans as barbars or barbarians.
Yeah, they had like 4 or 5 different names. I saw that when I researched them. There were the Barbars, the Tartars, and there were like 3 other ones.
Stretched everywhere, my friend. But there were other nations, and there were other nations like the ones that were based out of Moroccan. You know, they had Spain and that. They were over in Florida, and they were melanated folk. They were black folks that were Muslim.
That's interesting.
Yeah. They were not only Native Americans like we know of Native Americans traditionally, but there were also, you got to remember, in slavery, black was black. So they couldn't tell the difference between a Native American or an African. But
I did a lot of research about that.
But they are different people.
Yeah, everybody from the copper tone to everyone. It was during the time of Inquisition. They got rid of most people that didn't follow the plan, basically.
It's terrible.
I think that's what's trying to do now in our future.
What I find hilarious is the people saying, "Oh, that's the browning of the countries," but we want to better the world, and most of the world is brown.
Yes,
and
I'm actually tan.
Well, I'm just saying in general, like when it comes to humanitarian efforts and this, that, and the other, and people are like, "Oh yeah, save the world." Well, what it means is that we have to adopt them into our society somehow, because it's harder to build them an infrastructure than to just adopt them into ours and rebuild more, make it bigger, make it better. You know, because if we can't make their country better, then let's make ours. And that's not a Democrat or a Republican sort of point of view. That's just a human point of view.
Yeah, as a whole. I've been having this talk lately with my Canadian friends about that.
But I think that's how it used to be. I think that's how we had the ability to have these cities and infrastructures that were these star forts and these massive cities that don't exist anymore. How else are you going to build such a magnificent fucking society in war?
We got to make sure we do this the right way, or else we're going to have another Atlantis, like a fallen in consciousness.
Well,
that'd be very bad.
Destruction.
You got to start. we have to stop thinking as a singularity and start thinking as a whole, but not in the one world order sort of thinking.
No. A one heart order.
No, it can be locally.
You know,
it's something that doesn't need to have controllers.
No,
we don't.
I like that. I've been on that path lately. It's called unconditional love. That's the path I've been on lately, and I love it. Like, I like the feeling of it. There's no bonds or anything like that. It's everything love has, but you know what I mean? I'm not disappointed. I already know that it's unconditional. Either if it leaves or comes back, that's what it's designed to do. It's okay. I'm all right with it.
Yeah, but what do we do with the evildoers?
I just leave.
Right.
Sounds like they need us more than we need them.
Mm-hmm.
To be in a vibration loss, so they can put us in a way of just incoming. Yeah. Really think about that.
Universe.
A lot of the evildoers end up becoming like a good doer, if you want to call them evildoers, because that energy, as soon as they hit that heart energy, like you were saying earlier, they go to that heart consciousness, that Christ consciousness. They feel something else. They're tuned in now. They can't go back to those old ways if they wanted to.
Right.
No. Evildoer's gonna do evil.
Yeah, well, till the end. Eventually, eventually there'll be an end.
They haven't woke up. Those evildoers need to do a good trip of ayahuasca, man.
There is a balance, though. There is a balance to everything. I'm not going to be naive.
Right there.
You're right. You're right.
You gotta do this. That's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that there will be this end, there will be this date, there will be this time that everything.
Well, there's always an end. Yeah. What is that like energy vampire stuff, though?
There is no end. You live in such a blink that you will not fucking going through it. There is nothing that.
That's what I'm thinking too, though. That's what I'm thinking too. Those shifts and everything. There's always everything being born and dying. And
we aren't supposed to worry about the future, the past. We are only supposed to live in the present.
To live in the now. Yeah.
Present. And the more that they distract us from the present by worrying about shit from the past or thinking about things in the fucking future, is the more we fit about where the fuck we are.
Said it all.
And we just sit around and wait. Flick our cigarettes. Drink another fucking beer.
Yep.
Believe me, I'm more disappointed in myself.
Yeah, I don't want to be a lost one anymore. I used to be lost for years. I even wore a jersey I still have it and everything that I make videos on. A little picture of me wearing a jersey that says "Lost" and a picture of Saturn on it. That was on purpose. On purpose, because I felt like anyone that's dealing with that Saturn energy.
Would that be your soul searching period?
That's us though, in a hole.
Would that be your soul searching period, possibly?
I don't know, man. I met a lot of shamans that showed me the right path. A lot of them, and then I became the cactus guy after that for years.
Right.
Years and years. Now I'm the one doing my own medicines now. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
It says
funny how that all
built on lies will not fall and crumble. Mr. Propane says it's like the thing from the Bible. It says, "A nation divided amongst itself cannot stand, and evildoers are divided amongst themselves. They're not united. They're all separate."
Yeah. That goes back to universal consciousness or everything as a whole.
Isn't that
in
a war book?
It's united
still
to stand.
And people still think just punching a little button or punching a little tab or writing a little check in a box will be the solution to their problems.
And that little thing
that scares me.
Your feelings too, you know. You grounded.
It scares me because I've been an introvert lately, guys, and I don't want to feel like it's just me here. That's why I like going online and connecting with everyone that's just like
10 years.
You know?
Hey, we're always here, Sal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're always here, man.
Right? There's a few times where I sat there and said, "All right, I'm out of here," and I disappeared for a long time and then came back.
If I gotta disappear, it's because I gotta piss so bad and I'm just holding it because the conversation's good.
Go piss, bro. Hey, it's not good to hold the pee, bro.
Having to interrupt, going, "Hey guys, care if I come back?"
Go for it.
Go
for it. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, do
Did
it.
I know Abe about 2-3 years?
Dude, all of these cactuses were success, dude. They all grafted perfectly. I got little tiny ones that I grafted on these cactuses. I don't know if you can see that little dot, that little button.
Yeah, I see
oh
it.
my god, this is awesome.
Yeah, I go out to
I
California like every 2 years. You know, Temecula, Marietta. I go to San Diego.
If you ever stop by there, message me, man. I'm telling you, I'll give you a few cactuses to bring back
I'll
over
go to
there.
San Diego. I also got a relative that lives in LA by Venice Beach. Talk about a place that's a trip. Dude, I was walking down Hollywood Boulevard and I just kept feeling this weird feeling. I could not explain it. I was telling my
It's
wife.
so scary down there, bro. It's anxiety. I think that what do you call it? That reptilian city underneath there is active again.
I don't know. As I got closer down the boulevard, I fucking felt it stronger. And guess what? I looked up. I was in front of Scientology.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Don't they believe in like aliens? What is it they believe in? Like every time I try to get
aliens, some guy killed a bunch of people and put their souls in a volcano, and they can't say his name. What was his name they used?
I forgot.
Oh, there was a name.
It's like
like a creator guy. I forgot his name too. Yeah.
Yeah, but really, what Scientology is all about is making handlers for these Hollywood people and these concert people to make sure they're watching their weight, make sure they're on their contracts on time because it's a bunch of money in making machine there. They don't want to screw up any loose ends because, you know, there's contracts to be signed and, you know, money to be lost. So they keep on to these fucking Hollywood people. Anyways, when you get into Scientology, the next level up is the Orc Society. These people are totally brainwashed. That's why they're in the Orc Society. Those are your handlers for Hollywood.
I had the Church of Scientology one.
Xenu, thank you. Xenu.
I wrote a 2-page paper for some reason and sent it to Scientology one night, super high. And they liked it and they wanted me and they were like, how do you know about this? And they had 2 people call me at 11:30. It was insane.
Could you make Sale full screen while he's showing that?
Yeah, can you full screen his? There you go.
Thank you.
Looky.
That is so awesome, bro.
Yummy.
These are mutated. These are like one of a kind.
The grafting is so.
That one looks like
that
the
one
alien.
looks like a normal one.
That one over there
These
looks
ones
like
look
the
like
alien
normal
cocoon.
Yeah.
These ones though are getting funky. And
There's
they
the
look
alien
like
cocoon.
all weird looking.
That's a weirdie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bunch of weird ones. A bunch. These are just a few of the ones that I grafted recently though. I got like 30 or 50 of them inside a greenhouse right behind me.
That's so cool, dude.
Those ones though, I collect mutated Trichocereus, everything from Burgess to these peyotes, anything pretty much a psychedelic cactus. I have it already in the backyard or in here.
This is one of my toes
Growing.
right now.
Oh, sweet.
I like growing cactus for cactus though. Like,
if you make it bigger,
I do it for the love of cactus.
Yeah.
So the information about this thunderstone, there was a big granite stone on the shore, and they cracked it, got a big chunk off it, and made the statue.
Yeah, that's pinned.
Yep.
Look at those pins.
Sheesh.
Yeah, they're just starting to go through. So.
That's a dream and a half for me.
That's a trip and a half.
That too.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm like you. I think I've tripped like 350 times just on mushrooms alone.
Don't forget your luggage.
Yeah, me too.
But no, it's all now, like, dude. Mushrooms yelled at me.
You too? Did you guys? I told you guys about my experience on the mushrooms last time. Like
what?
I was on the V bar getting drunk for years. I was a hardcore alcoholic, and then one time I was taking the mushrooms. I was already microdosing for a long time in Texas, and then out of nowhere, they yelled at me just like what you said, and I sat there and I yelled at everyone on the panel, told them how I felt. I was already having an argument with someone on the panel, and then I went cold turkey there. Stopped drinking and then stopped smoking cigarettes, and then everything went from the better. But like I hit my breaking point. Is what I'm trying to say. That was when I said the mushrooms yelled at me. They turned around and yelled at me, and I hit my breaking point, and that was it. I was waiting years for that. It took 2 years. 2 years for that.
Yeah,
I'm glad it did.
Me too. Now I take them sparingly. I don't take them all the time anymore. Now I take them when I want them. And I don't want them all the time. And I realize I don't need them all the time.
Yep.
So I share them
too.
all the time instead.
Right.
Because the more you can get them out there, the more people get the medicine they need, because it does change you.
Well, the stuff I got from you guys,
it opens your eyes.
It does, but I was doing the microdosing because of my pain, and it really does work. But I can't do that every day, and that's the bummer part. Is that definitely stopped a lot of my pain? It really did.
Hey, look up John Hopkins study, lower back pain, psilocybin study.
Oh, all right.
They're looking for people right now.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
We got one here in Chicago.
I know. That's where it's based out of.
Wow. Hey.
Oh, that's a shoo-in.
I can tell me I tried it before. It works great.
Nope. Blind study. What are you talking about?
Blind study.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're saying.
They want blind studies. They want people who Is if it were, they want to have, and that way they can have information. But if you want to get onto the medicinal fucking grade,
I'll come in there with my blind. I'll come in there with my blind stick.
Well, no, it's an online survey, dude. And if you pass, you pass.
Right.
Oh, wow.
I took it. I'm waiting on my results.
By the way, can I
think I want to go on one of those frog experience, guys.
Be at that place and be like, hey, do you guys just need mushrooms? I got those. Do you guys just want mushrooms? Right. Yeah, I got that. Hey, you guys just want mushrooms?
I've been invited to those like toad ceremonies.
How much? Just here you go.
I want to check it out.
There you go.
Like just stand at the door. You here for the study? Yeah. Here you go. Go home. Here you go.
Can you imagine that? You here for the study too? Yeah.
When you grab it, act like you're sneaky with it, looking for people looking at you.
Oh no, it's like paranoid. Like as they walk in, you're like, here's yours, here's yours. Like, who are you? You're like, dude, I just know you guys all want mushrooms. You guys can all go home.
I'm doing a study.
You don't need these guys.
Yeah. But see, I don't know how I would do it every day though for my back issue. Would I have to take more and then more the next time? I mean, I couldn't use it. Not the same. I don't know about the same effect.
Yeah, I highly recommend a microdose. That was the best experience. I was doing it for 2 years. It took 2 years of microdosing, like just a little small amount, like a cap and a stem, maybe every now and then. So where you're not tripping, you're kind of feeling maybe like a body, never to the point where you're visualizing. It's just a little body. You're microdosing, let your body acclimate to the psilocybin, the microbes. And then let that symbiotically relationship your mind, body, and soul. That's when the magic happens. Right. I've been waiting 2 years for that, and that's what happened. It inoculated my body, mind, and soul. That's exactly what I need.
Right.
Now when I take it,
that's when the magic happens.
What's that there?
I'll tell you that. When I take it now, since then, like it's been months, and it's great. It's back to what it's supposed to be, but I appreciate
your tolerance level.
And I'm not taking it on weekdays or anything to distract myself. I take it when I have time to take it.
Right.
If I'm in the ability to take it, it's not.
Right. I got a 3-day weekend. Woo!
Can go to a concert. Fuck no. But if I'll take some, my wife wants to drive and it's midday and I'm just on mushrooms all day. We can go to a little fair and go through a craft show and all this other shit and have a great time. you know what I mean? And just be smiling, having a good time, looking at the stuff.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of these on standby at all times.
Oh, capsules. Yeah, I got a.
Yeah, those are capsules. Yeah. I got a bunch of these that are just full of. I have Ecuadorian golden filters.
There you go.
Freshies.
Yeah. They grow constantly right here in front of my face all day, every day in this little aquarium I have right here.
Yeah.
Constantly. Let's look in there to see if there's anything there right now.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. Oh, it looked like they all kind of shriveled. There's a couple of heads popping up right there, though. I don't know if you can see that. Next to these Scopiopola sequence. That's cool.
Fucking let her rip.
And then look at that. That's right there. That's the four corners cross peyote right there that I have grafted on it that I was talking about earlier.
Yep. I see that. Cross.
That's it right there. That's the holy one.
He's grafting peyote onto cacti.
Oh, interesting.
And he has them. They grow twice as fast on this other cactus. And it's able to
here's another one right here. On there.
Instead of it taking 20 years, it takes 2 months.
Well,
it'll take a year to get them all.
Yeah, there's a month or two to set and actually start growing again.
These are fish peppers. Yeah, it only takes a year.
But doesn't it take for it to actually take, graft, and grow for a month or two? Doesn't it?
Not really. As long as the top calluses, when you wrap them, they're pretty much ready to go from there. They bond with the cactus that you grafted on as a donor.
Really?
Yeah. I got ones over here, down here on the bottom, that are crazy. And here's one I didn't even unwrap yet. But these little guys here are cool looking. And then that one right there, look, that one next to it died, and then the one next to it is growing good, and it's yellow.
Smoking its nutrients from it.
That's crazy.
Well, that one's variegated. I got a bunch of variegated ones. Like here, like there's a mom plant that I cut them all from. Yeah, that yellow one.
So cool.
Yeah, this one here that I grafted on here. That's the one of a kind.
Oh, wow. These are some of his babies.
That one's crazy. Look at these crested ones though. These are the crazy ones. Yeah.
Very cool.
You guys should exchange emails.
Got a bunch of weird phenotypes of these are all monstros, and I do a lot of grafting. This is just my my grafting
I do a lot of greenhouse. I have a fucking problem. Don't talk to me.
I have 4 greenhouses in the backyard that I throw up all these grafts and stuff. I kind of forget sometimes how much cactus I have. Hundreds and thousands.
I love that you
I have thousands of seedlings. Thousands. I'm not even joking when I say that. Thousands.
Hey. That's it. That's it. No, that's it. No.
It's not happening. Happy birthday, but no.
Drew.
Happy
now
dog.
you got him all worked out.
Right?
Oh,
Happy birthday, puppy.
We got deer on the other side of the fence, and they just want to go crazy.
Those are birthday deer.
I think I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna get ready for work.
Good vibes, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Please stay backstage.
It was great talking.
I got really high right now too.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me up, Isaac.
Yeah. I'll see you
good
guys,
vibes, Isaac.
next time for sure. Or whenever. I mean, yeah.
To be continued.
Next time, Phil.
All right.
Till then.
Cheers.
Peace out. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Thank you.
Take care.
Peace.